Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, then please allow for me to introduce myself to you. My name is Vanessa Somuayina and you guys know me as your big sis from the internet, as well as your favorite tarot reader and astrology geek right here on YouTube. And as I do every single month of the year, today I have your June 2024 predictions and horoscopes prepared for you. So how this video works is super easy and straight to the point. You get to completely personalize your June prediction because in just a moment's time I will introduce you to 3 different groups and I would like you to pick one of those 3 groups in order to receive the first part of your June prediction. Then things will get even more personal and intricate as I also have a prediction prepared for each sign of the zodiac. So once you've received the first part of your reading, which is based on one of the 3 groups that you've selected, you get to scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section and then click the timestamp of your zodiac sign and you will be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video, which is based on your zodiac sign. For any of you who are curious, I am using the tropical astrology system and I do highly recommend that you watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. That way you can make the most of this video and get the full personal prediction. And of course, if this is the very first time that you're here on my channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss another monthly prediction and to be part of this safe space on the internet. All right, you guys, and now let's get into it. I will introduce you to the 3 groups that I have prepared for you, and then we'll get into your June predictions. Group number 1 corresponds to the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, as well as this really beautiful crystal pyramid. So let's just do a close-up for you so you can feel into the energy of what we've got here. All right, so for group number 2, we have the Tattoo Tarot deck, as well as this very gorgeous crystal pyramid that is very different, has a different aura and vibe to the first one. I'm not going to comment too much on them because I just want you to make your decision intuitively and just pick whichever group that you genuinely feel the most drawn towards. And then group number 3 corresponds to the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck, as well as this beautiful crystal pyramid right here. There we go, little close-up for you so you can see the details. All right, so these are the 3 groups that I have prepared for you to choose from. I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy so you can meditate on the 3 groups. Feel free to pause the video right here or to go back to where I showed you each group with its individual crystal pyramid so you can pick the perfect group for you for us to get into your June 2024 predictions and horoscopes. So by now you've hopefully been able to select one of the 3 groups. I am going to be starting off with the first group. So if that is the group that you chose, then please continue watching. And to my other beautiful groups and signs of the zodiac, I will catch you at the click of your timestamps. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, as well as this absolutely stunning crystal pyramid. I love how we've got the dark blue, the black, the gold, the lapis lazuli vibes, and I can't wait for us to get into your reading to figure out precisely what's coming towards you during the month of June. You guys know I have been publishing monthly predictions for years. I've never missed a single one, and of course your favorite psychic as well as big sis from the internet, Vanessa Somuayina, is not going to disappoint this month either. So let's get into it, group number 1, before you then can move into your zodiac signs portion of your June prediction. First up, we've got wisdom. So I see that the month of June will bring certain triggers to you in which you will learn how wise you've actually become, and you will figure out just how much you have matured and grown. So think in the past, for example, a friend or even a situationship may have triggered you to feel this sinking feeling. You know when your heart just feels so heavy, like that heartbreak feeling, when your heart feels mega heavy, you don't know what to do with yourself, you don't want to be alone, you don't want to beg for someone to come back and value you, but at the same time, you hate the situation that you're in and that they're letting you go so easily. So to give that as an example, you're growing in wisdom to the point where in the past it would have really deeply affected you. You would have either lost your appetite or become completely ravenous. You would have only been thinking about that the entire day. But in June, anything that happens to you that is adjacent to one of these prior experiences, you're not letting it phase you, and you're understanding that you give things meaning and you give things power, and you're wise enough to only give power to those who show you love, care, and appreciation. And if that's something that you're not experiencing, you're not available for it. Next up, we've got success. Now, the success card is indicative of the fact that for you, group number 1, June is a successful month. For one, also because, you're being mature, you're being wise, and you are listening to everything that your gut and your intuition is telling you that you've learned from. But you're also mega successful just by default. The month of June is a prosperous month for you. It is a month in which you have come from underdog to now being the very obvious winner. So by underdog, I mean you put in the extra hour, you put in the work, you put in a lot of care into the tasks that you have as your undertakings, and people may have not noticed in the past weeks and months, but June makes it very evident that while you were working in silence, you have been accumulating all of this growth and also all of this success that is now kind of exploding in June for you. And June is also a month of healing up internal chaos. We spoke about that within the Wisdom card, and the Wisdom card depicts this ocean scenario with a mermaid, and why it depicts the ocean is because we've got the element of water. The element of water is representative of your emotions. Wisdom connected to healing chaos shows us that you had a lot of internal chaos, a lot of things that you had to heal and go through and deal with, but at the same time here within wisdom and healing chaos, it's all about you coming to a point where you may have chaos, but it's not something that is affecting your choices and your mood anymore. You understand that you're human just like everyone else. You are allowed to have a chaotic interior. You are allowed to feel lots of different ways about what life throws at you, but that doesn't mean that it will get between you and the success that you're destined to have. Now, the Firefly shows us that June is bringing you a lot of power that people did not think you had within you. So especially if you've got a baby face, group number 1, or you're someone who is rather petite, so either like short or someone who is very slender, someone who does not have an intimidating aura. All right, someone who listens to K-pop or Lana Del Rey, for example. I want you to know here within the Firefly that you are making a lot of people think to themselves that they have underestimated you during the month of June. It becomes evident in your success, like we spoke about, but it also becomes evident in the fact that you have surpassed them when it comes to personal success and accomplishments. And the Dragonfly shows us here for you, group number 1, that actually next you are just upgrading to another level in your life where you can see, all right, this is my time to now be this stronger version of myself and not look back at where I used to be, where I allowed people to treat me in a way that I did not deserve. The Dragonfly is like a stronger upgrade from the Firefly and has a different set of skills and a different set of things that make the Dragonfly unique. With the Firefly, obviously, we have the fact that this beautiful creature lights up, so to say. That's why it's called Firefly. It glows. But the Dragonfly is extremely quick, extremely strong. It is a creature that can overcome a lot of adversity. And that's where I see you upgrading to next within June. You have passed your Firefly stage. Now you're going to your Dragonfly moment. Now the turtle is a sign and symbol that slow and steady has won the race. In June, you will think to yourself, I did not win by chance, This wasn't luck, because people didn't see all of the times where things seemed slow, but I still put the effort forth. I still went to work. I still studied. I still did the best that I could. That's what I see here within the turtle, that you're coming to the conclusion that an accumulation of efforts over time is far more valuable and will lead to far greater success than going from 0 to 100 for just a short period of time. So you have developed this kind of wisdom and internal peace for any project that you start in June to be one where you're taking one step at a time. You're not rushing things anymore. You've been there, done that, got the postcard. It's not for you. The ocean jasper is indicative of scheduling yourself and the things that you desire into your calendar, group number 1. So if you have just been putting other people before you and scheduling them in and their needs, putting their needs first, the ocean jasper is your sign that now the month of June is a month of doing what you want to do. Finally going to the hairdresser, finally getting your brows done. Finally going to that dental appointment, even if it's just a checkup or even if you're just getting your teeth cleaned. Finally going to that Pilates or that yoga class and scheduling these things in. Whereas if someone else were to take that time, you would give it to them freely. But the past couple months, for some reason, you haven't, quote unquote, found the time to schedule yourself in, but your guides are trying to call you out and they're saying you just haven't made the time. It's not that you haven't found it or you don't have it, it's that you just haven't taken action. But June is different for you, group number 1. June in the red jasper is about taking action. It is about putting yourself first. It is about remembering that you're a human too. You have needs as well. You can't always be the one that cares for everyone else's needs, and then as soon as you need someone, it's crickets. There is no one to be found. And to then accept that, group number 1. So you're taking action and scheduling your needs in. And if your needs cannot be met by people who you expected to meet your needs or to be there for you when you needed them, you're meeting your needs yourself because you are not dependent on anyone. Your happiness does not depend on whether someone texts you or calls you or does something for you. Your happiness does not depend on whether that family member is finally going to apologize or come to their senses or is finally going to say to you, you know what, I was wrong, or you know what I did wasn't right. The whale spirit is a reminder that life will always have this element of mystery, of never quite knowing what slumbers in another person's soul and psyche, what kind of demons that they may be dealing with that are stopping them from actually exploring a healthy connection with you and also many others. I want to remind you that if someone behaves in a way towards you that you feel is cold or isn't nice or in a sense is inhumane, it did not start and it does not end with you, group number 1. And they're going to do that moving forward until they break the pattern. That is, if they ever break the pattern, which is also why your guides are trying to reiterate to you not to take anyone's behavior personally. You have bigger fish to fry in June, quite literally speaking. We've got fish here, the whale, and in the wisdom card. And it's time that you put that first. The pig spirit brings the message of using your mind wisely. So group 1, remember how intelligent you are. Remember how using your mind wisely can get you ahead in so many ways that just focusing on being reactive will not. Using your mind wisely also means reminding yourself of the fact that you are an intelligent being that knows a lot more than others within your demographic because you study on your own time. You are a reflective person. You are interested in more than just your immediate surrounding. So you're interested in travel and other cultures and spirituality and other religions and other ways of living and other ways of seeing the world. And you never take things to the degree that to you it's so personal that you couldn't see another person's viewpoint. And that's what makes you so emotionally intelligent. That for one, of course, you can be annoyed, you can feel any kind of way about a situation, but you always have that little part of yourself within your mind where even if you're going to through an argument or a breakup or a fight, you think to yourself, you know what? I do also get their viewpoint. I do also understand why they are reacting the way that they're reacting. I get that. I understand that. And that is something that not many people are capable of. And that is what differentiates you and brings you a lot of success, not just in your personal life, but also professionally, because you can put yourself in other people's shoes. And that's not easy for a lot of people to do, especially if the person has a narcissistic tendency to them, or they simply are so concerned with themselves and have such a huge amount of insecurities that they're unable to do this. But this is not about other people, group number one. This is your reading, and I want you to understand that having this kind of wisdom, having this ability to be empathetic and put yourself in someone else's shoes and position and be understanding is a huge asset to you. Now, group number one, this is the first part of your reading that I've received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. But now we are going to move into the zodiac portion of your prediction. So what you get to do now is scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section where I have pinned and listed the timestamps for each sign of the zodiac, and then click your zodiac sign's timestamp and you will be fast forwarded to the second, even more detailed and intricate part of your June prediction. Hello, group number two. Welcome, my gorgeous souls, to the first part of your June reading. You chose the Tattoo Tarot and this beautiful crystal pyramid to help guide you through your June reading and for us to uncover all of the messages that you need to receive. So look at this beautiful crystal pyramid that we've got here. I want you to know, group number two, that this is a gorgeous pyramid that shows a lot of vitality and life force, as well as an intuitive knowing of why things are happening in June before they've even happened. So I see a heightened sense of your psychic ability for June, but I want us to move into your reading so we can get into more details. In case you're completely new here, my name is Vanessa Somuayina, and I have created thousands of readings on and offline, and I want you to know that when it comes to June, your big sis is not going to spare any details. And as you guys know, we're going to get into absolutely every message that Spirit has for you. So first up, we have the Knight of Coins, group number two. Isn't this a nice little surprise, a nice little snack coming towards us? So the Knight of Coins is the Knight of Earth signs. Think Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, a very practical and loyal person. This person is within not like their youth in the sense of teen. They are more within their late 20s, mid 30s type of era. That's what we have in the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins also shows us that they have some tattoos. They are inked. Here we have some sort of lion or tiger tattoo on the neck. However, this is a representation of them having tattoos on their body and in places that are also like half covered, half revealed. And the Knight of Coins is coming into your life in June for a reason. And I want us to figure out precisely why, group number two. So we have the Hermit. Why this person is coming into your life is to get you out of hermit mode. Group number two, if you've been a little scared of linking up with someone, a little scared of your feelings of love, of that type of connection, I want you to know here in the Knight of Coins as well as the Hermit that actually this is someone to bring you out of your shell and also to illuminate for you that there are also other types of people out here, people who see you for who you are, people who might seem a little bit more rough or a little different than you, but actually they're your biggest teachers because they show you parts of yourself that you had kept hidden or that you didn't like. Shadow work is simply you working on parts of yourself that you've shunned or you see as a part that isn't lovable. Now here within the Nine of Wands, I do also want you to take some breaks in June, because the Nine of Wands is a message by your guides that you're close to burning out, group number 2. If you've been feeling really tired as of recently, and like, for example, you don't usually get headaches, but now all of a sudden it's become more frequent. If you're not usually someone who has fluctuations in their appetite, but you're just realizing here in the Nine of Wands, somehow your energy levels, they fluctuate in a way that they have not been fluctuating before. And that is a further indication that it's time for you to take a break. If you know that your sleep pattern has been a little weird, a little off the charts, just understand that for the month of June, actually what you really need is a vacation. It's not always possible to do so, but stay home some of the weekends and just do nothing. Wow, the Two of Cups is a card of romantic love. The Two of Cups is one of the biggest indicators that something is happening in your love life during the month of June. As you've probably already guessed it, this may have something to do with the Knight of Coins, bringing you out of hermit mode and into a space where you can relax, because you need that in the Nine of Wands, and you're not in fight or flight. So this is someone who has an extremely great mixture of masculine and feminine energy. They know precisely when to use it, so that you're not either constantly in your masculine energy or constantly in your feminine energy, group number 2. So this is a connection that is going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of feelings of wanting to tell them that you love them, but you're going to bite your tongue for a little bit. And within the Five of Coins, what actually such an amazing personal life will do to your work life is that people will feel as though they are kind of jealous about what's going on in your personal life. So Spirit wants you to think very, very carefully before you share about what's going on in your private life with anyone at work colleagues, people that you just have that kind of professional relationship with. Because the Five of Coins does show me here that there is some friction at your work, and you may trigger certain people's insecurities, especially if their relationships haven't been going so well. Oh, group number 2, there are definitely some people here who are going to feel like, I'm not quite sure if I can be happy for our gorgeous soul in group number 2. Let me poke around. Let me see if there's a way that I can bring some drama. And I do see here within the tree that it's best for you to stick to family. And I also mean your chosen family. For example, I would consider my very best friend to be my family. She may not be my family in a DNA type of sense, but she is my chosen family. And to me, that is extremely powerful, because guess what? With family, where you're family by DNA, by birth, you had no choice. And in a way, a lot of us put up with some ish that we shouldn't be putting up with because, well, it's family, right? However, when you choose someone, you choose them intentionally. You choose them wanting to make it work. You choose them in a way how you didn't have to, but you did. And that's just how much value and love and care that they bring into your life, that you want to literally choose them to be your family. And it's very important for you to have them as part of your day-to-day life. Next, within our cards, we receive the Fair Man and the Wishbone. If tarot was something that you were not sure about, I just want you to see here that these messages, they really don't mess around, your guides. These messages are meant to be. Look at how we had the Knight of Coins, and here we have the Fair Man, which is similar to the Knight of Coins. We have kind of fair colored eyes. We have a very clear bone structure. We have a fair man in the Knight of Coins, as well as repeated here from the Tea Leaf Fortune deck. We've got someone who has this kind of a little bit wavy hair, lighter colored hair, dealings or a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. That is precisely what we've got here in a wish granted. If you are single, group number 2, and you have been waiting for someone to sweep you off your feet, June will bring that special fair man into your life, okay? They have a lighter complexion. If you are in a committed relationship, I want you to know that what will happen is you will have this fair man come into your life to grant a wish that has nothing to do with love, but makes your love life better. If you wanted an increase in your career, in your finances, or your flexibility with time, because then you have more time to get yourself looking good for your partner and you have more time to invest in your current relationship, the fair man will grant you a wish that will change a part of your life that makes your relationship and your love life better. So whether you are in a committed relationship or you're single, group number 2, the result remains almost the same. Your love life in June is better than ever. Your love life in June is giving you butterflies. I see here within the Magician, which corresponds to the number 1 in the major arcana of the tarot. That's what the first 22 cards are called. All of you who are in my tarot reader course, you know this. You're familiar with this. Now, the Magician does represent the fact that when it comes to the month of June, you're doing a lot of great manifestation work, all right? Journaling, speaking things into existence, watching the content, the meditations, it's doing you well. It's suiting you, group number 2. And the 4 of Pills in reverse shows us that any worries that you had in money matters, as well as time management, not having enough time, not being healthy, all of these things, I see that that's dissipating for you during the month of June. It's going away. And it makes a lot of sense in conjunction to the fair man, the wishbone, the Knight of Coins, and what we spoke about with your life becoming easier, better, and you having more time and more financial means in June to focus on your private life, which is also why you are being called to keep it private, because what people don't know, they can't spoil. There's a lot of truth in that saying. Now, the Ace of Pills is basically the Ace of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. Now, in this pink pane tarot deck, we have an arm, we have a pill on the arm, as well as some cuts and so on. This is a little bit more of a morbid deck. I personally really love it. And what the Ace of Pills stands for is a new development with a business idea, a new beginning, but also taking on a new workout regime and a new health regime. So a different diet, changing your diet and starting afresh, starting new in June. That's what I see here for you. And what I see within the Sun reverse is that actually you're being a little bit more strict on yourself, because at this point in your life, you're done playing games. You know what needs to be done. You cannot be eating fried things, chocolate, sodas, all of that stuff day in and day out. You also can't make an exception every single day if you really want to be as healthy as you claim you do. So you're holding yourself accountable, group number 2. And I love seeing this for you, because holding yourself accountable means you're being real with yourself. And I want you to leave a sun emoji below in the comment section, because that is the only way that one would know that you're part of group 2. This is just for other people who also picked group 2 and who watched it all the way to this point. And for those of you who resonate with the fact that being honest with yourself and calling yourself out, that's shadow work, that's healing work, that's work that will bring you forward, and that's work that a lot of people are afraid to do, but not you, group number 2. Now, this is part 1 of your June prediction, and I want to now move into the second, even more intricate, detailed part of your June 2024 readings. That's the horoscope portion. Now, in order to access that, scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section where I have listed each sign of the zodiac, then click the timestamp and you'll be fast forwarded to your zodiac signs timestamp. And for all of you astrology geeks, I would recommend you watch your sun sign, but also your rising and your moon sign. And I am using the tropical astrology system for any of you who were wondering. And for those of you to whom I have just been speaking complete gibberish, don't worry. Just click your zodiac sign, receive that reading as the second part to add on to this to have your full June horoscope. So I'll catch you at the click of that timestamp. Hello, my beautiful souls of group number 3. Welcome to part 1 of your June prediction, which is based on the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, as well as this beautiful crystal pyramid that you chose. So I just want to do a close-up of this pyramid before we get into your reading. In case you're completely new here, my name is Vanessa Somuayina, and I am your favorite tarot reader here on YouTube, your big sis from the internet. And I've conducted thousands of of individual readings on and offline. You guys can check them all out on my channel, and I can't wait for us to get into your June prediction. Now, all right, we have a couple cards that already want to speak, and let's get into it. Group number 3. So first up, we've got the father. There's something going on here with your father during the month of June, group number 3. And I do see here that if there is a father wound, you can expect to heal that, even if you thought it's completely out of the ordinary for a father figure in your life, your actual father, to ever apologize, to ever be soft, to ever come to you and tell you those magical 3 words, to give you precisely the healing that you needed. I just want you to know here, in connectivity to also the healing card that we received that popped out while I was shuffling, father wounds are being healed, and any type of fatherly connection that you had or struggled with is going to be bridged and mended during the month of June for you, group number 3. I also want you to know that for the upcoming month, you will be able to see your father heal as well, mentally but also physically, and be in a form and shape where they can now be a protector and provider again. I see here within the 6 of Swords that you have struggled, group number 3, to see some strong men in your life crumble under pressure and do things that are out of character for them, and quite frankly speaking, made you feel disappointed in what they did and who they became along the journey. Now, disappointment is something that doesn't need to last forever. It can really greatly impact you, but I want you to know that the month of June brings moving on from past hurts, traumas, wounds, and seeing people for who they are, which is, at the end of the day, they're still human beings. Because sometimes I think we can put certain people, especially those in their divine masculine, into this role of having to be strong and having to always have it together, that we kind of forget that they too need a little bit of femininity and care, and for someone to be there for them. Now, the King of Fire is precisely that, the king of fire signs, the king of masculinity, the king of all things that you would think is strength. And with the Queen of Water, we have the Queen of water signs. We have the Queen of emotions, the Queen of softness, kindness, and nurturing energy. And I do want you to know here with the Queen of Water and the King of Fire that we've got these polar opposites, and your guides are trying to remind you with this that one can't exist without the other, and one also protects the other. We may not always know this, especially if we're dealing with some challenging relationship dynamics. Women protect men in a way that you cannot put in words. And this has nothing to do with gender. Of course, now I said women protect men, but those of us in our divine feminine energy, which anyone can be, no matter who you identify as, we protect the divine masculine. And of course, we both have both energies to us. This has nothing to do with being born under a certain gender or a certain energy. We are meant to fluctuate between both. And those of us who have a lot of masculine energy, or who identify more strongly with that, we protect the feminine in ways that the feminine doesn't like to have to show up. For example, masculine energy is meant to provide, it's meant to protect in the sense of physically protecting, making the feminine feel safe from any kind of aggressor, any kind of physical violence. Meanwhile, the feminine energy, as we have here in the Queen of Water, it brings nurturing care and softness that the masculine and the King of Fire could never produce all on its own without becoming feminine and stepping into the feminine role, which they may not always want to do. They may want to be in their masculine and experience nurturing love, is what I meant to say, from divine feminine. So I see here within protection that you're being protected at all costs, group number 3, during the month of June. You being in your full embodiment of the energy that is the most natural to you. And finally, also realizing that that protection is not only protection that you may have wanted, but that you deserve, that you should have, that you should have been given all along. So here within protection and the tree, I do also see a single tree on a field that somehow magically has always been protected, even through storms and things such as lightning, other types of weather conditions. Somehow this single tree is like this symbol of strength to you. Now, next up, I shuffled for you, group number 3, and we received the love card. Out of all of these cards that we've got within this deck, to receive the love card does show us that the month of June will have a lot to do with love and healing trauma surrounding love in divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy, but more so with people who identify as males or who identify more in their divine masculine energy, as we have that reiteration within the Father and the King of Fire. So this is about rediscovering true and pure love to the divine masculine and learning to fear it less, to have less concerns in being in the divine masculine energy, surrounded by it, and kind of being close to people who identify as divinely masculine. We've got the tree again. Now, the tree shows us affairs with your family. Now, your family is protected in June. If you've been worried about your family and health of a close family member, I want you to know in the tree and protection that they are protected, and that a symbol for that is an ancient tree, like an ancient oak tree, group number 3. And I want you to look around next time you're out in nature taking a walk during the month of June and find this ancient tree, this tree that is really large, that is old, that it's standing tall alone by itself. Go up to it and just put your hand on it. If you don't feel too self-conscious, give it a little hug and feel its life force and its energy being transmitted to you. I see here within the rainbow that the most difficult part of 2024 is over. The rainbow is indicative of better days ahead of you, easier days. And group 3, to solidify and manifest this, I would like for you to leave a rainbow emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're here, that it resonates, and there's also no other way you would know to leave a rainbow emoji below unless if you were here and part of this reading. So the rainbow emoji is all about understanding that the most difficult part of your situation is done, dusted, and over with. And I see here within the cat that a two-faced friend during the month of June will make a reappearance into your life. But this two-faced friend is not someone that you're going to invite too closely to you. This two-faced friend has already been found out, and this is not the type of energy that you want to continue to entertain, group number 3. So I have no worries for you when it pertains to this two-faced friend. Quite the opposite. I do see you handling this in an emotionally mature and straightforward way of simply saying to them, you know what? I really did not appreciate how you treated me, how you dealt with the situation and the circumstance that we were in at an earlier point, and I don't want to revisit that unless you are able to really prove and tell me and show me how you have changed. And here within the eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. June is triumphant for you, group number 3. We see that already from part 1 of your reading. It will most likely be further confirmed within the zodiac portion of your prediction. And the eagle is an animal that you will see appear in June around this tree. The eagle may even land on this tree, and you'll think back to your reading and know precisely that it was meant to be. The eagle is a symbol of triumph over situations that were challenging for you to deal with in the past, but now you've learned from the challenges. And the wind chimes is a symbol of peace and harmony. Peace and harmony being yours in June is a reward that we've been waiting for you, group number 3, that you deserve and that I'm happy has finally showed up for you. Because you've been through a lot, group number 3. You have experienced some wounds, some setbacks, some letdowns, and for you to finally be in a place where you are protected again, where you're healing, where you have this reconnection to a father figure And whatever shape it may be, they don't even need to physically still be here. They can be here in spirit, especially if this is a past loved one. I want you to know that it just brings such a sense of harmony, such a sense of internal gratitude, that you will think to yourself, you're filled to the brim with love during the month of June, and you can't wait to see what's coming in the upcoming months for you. So group 3, this is the first part to your reading that I received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful and that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave that rainbow emoji below. But now what we're going to do is we're going to move into the zodiac portion of your June prediction, which is your horoscope. Now, in order to access that, simply scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, then click your astrological sign, your zodiac sign. If you are someone who is into astrology, I am using the tropical system, and I do recommend that you watch your sun, moon, and rising sign if you know those. But don't panic if you don't. Simply watch your zodiac sign, and that will tell you everything that you need to know about June to complete your 2 or multi-part reading. So group number 3, I will catch you at the click of your next timestamp. Hello, my beautiful Aries baby, and welcome to your June 2024 horoscope portion of this video, where everything is based on Aries that is coming towards you during the month of June. I can't wait for us to get into the second, even more personal part of your reading, and I hope that you enjoyed part 1, which you got to pick from during the intro of this video, where I had 3 groups prepared for you. So first up, we have got the Page of Swords. So within the Page of Swords, I can see for you that what comes in June is a time of fresh thoughts, new ideas, and also letting go of the old. As an Aries, you're definitely someone who is very pioneering, energetic. Some people may even say that you sometimes only have your own interest at heart, not just yours in the sense of for selfish purposes, but if you work for a company, or there's a group of people that you represent, a family that's yours, you are all about them. You are all about your team. Aries is a huge team player. And here within the Page of Swords, I can see that you've got some new input from your guides on how you can continue to push your team forward and to ensure that everyone and everything that's important to you stays healthy and thrives. Next up, we've got the Chariot. Now, the Chariot is symbolic of quick forward movement, and as you can see here, also independent movement. As an Aries, you need independence. You are ruled by Mars. Mars is the planet of assertiveness, of competition. You don't like to be last. You don't like to be late. You don't like to be in a position where you can't control your life and you can't control your own schedule. You do really well when you work by yourself without someone kind of breathing down your neck, if you will, and you work really well when you get to make your own schedule and your own decisions. That's when you work the most effective and the fastest. The Chariot shows us here that because you're able to do more of that in June, there's more home office, there's more of you saying when you want to do what type of work, you're actually excelling in a faster way than you have so far this year. I also see here within the Ace of Chalices that June brings some new romantic flames into the vicinity for you. What that means here in the Ace of Chalices is that there will be a reignition of love within your life in June. Now, whether you are in a committed romantic relationship or in a situationship or even single, I want you to know that all of these different options and situations you may find yourself in, they will all lead to you regaining that romantic spark in June and thinking, oh, okay, this is interesting. This is something that is making my love life feel like it's starting on a fresh slate. Like I've got a new beginning here for me. So this is a really positive way for your June to be looking, because who doesn't like a fresh slate, romantically speaking, that is interesting, intriguing, and where there's like some mystery. So I see that not only are you meeting some new people in June, But what also comes for you is just like romantically speaking, feeling love again, feeling deeply in love. Next up, we've got the Hierophant. Now, in case you didn't know this, the Hierophant corresponds to the number 5 within the tarot. The Hierophant is representative of not only higher learning, but also education in the sense of reading lots. So the month of June will bring a lot of new knowledge into your brain. Some of you like reading, some of you prefer podcasts, but I see here a lot of podcasts that are educational in many ways. So for one, listening to podcasts that have to do with health and well-being and are based on scientific evidence and facts, but then also listening to some people who have podcasts that are based on spirituality, that are based on philosophy, that are based on their own opinion. So more of like a lifestyle thing, if you know what I mean. That's what I get here within the Hierophant. And when I think lifestyle, I think the Wizard Liz, I think Haley Gamba. I think all of these people who speak their mind, and oh yeah, Tamcor is another one. I hope I didn't botch her name, but you guys get the vibe that I mean here with the Hierophant and YouTubers and podcasts and learning from them in so many different ways. For the more scientific ones, I think Andrew Huberman, I think Diary of a CEO. I also think when it comes to that, other podcasts that are based more on a professional setting. And that's not to knock either one of these. It's just two different vibes, and you're listening into both. And I see here with the 7 of coins that is actually leading to a lot of growth that you will be able to hand down to future generations. So breaking generational patterns and curses, being the first one within your family that actually is doing this, like listening to podcasts, reading lots of books, and educating yourself about human psychology and behavior, and understanding why we do the things that we do, and then actually coming to this deeper understanding of not just self, but your surroundings, which creates better relationships for you. So we have 3 cards that popped out as I was attempting to shuffle the deck. The first card that we received here is the Moon card. Now, the Moon card represents your intuition and your innermost being and self, as well as your natural instinct. As you can see, we've got a hand on the heart here, looking to the sky, the moon behind us, a crescent moon, and it definitely shows that what you have is hope. What you have is a lot of this sensation of just wanting the best for the forward movement that's coming, and in a sense, not being afraid to walk in a different direction than everyone else, to swim against the current. And I see here within the King of Coins that the reason why you are like this, and connecting that to the 5 of Coins, is because you also want to break the generational curse and pattern of not having enough financial means, maybe even growing up with a degree of poverty, a degree of feeling like your parents did the best that they could, but you don't want the same life. You want more out of life. And I also see that this is the type of thing that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. And it's not that you feel embarrassed. It's just that you don't want that for yourself or your kids. You just want something different. And sometimes you look at them and the way that they talk about health and money and education, and you can tell that they haven't really informed themselves. They don't really learn and then base their opinion, or shall I say, their complaining off of reality, but they just complain without doing something about it. And sometimes you do feel a little bit of shame when you watch close family members talk about these things, complain about these things, because you just look at them and think to yourself, well, you could do something about this. You could easily learn about health. You could easily learn more about money. You could easily change your circumstances instead of just sitting here complaining and in a way thinking Other people just got lucky. What you don't see is the getting up early and working out and doing all of the things that no one else really wants to do. And here within the white Newman, actually, the month of June is like a Uno reverse card for you, my gorgeous Aries, because the month of June is a month in which anything that comes towards you that's challenging, it's like Uno reverse, it just goes straight back to sender. So you may receive some sort of challenging letter or assignment in the post, in your emails, and you think to yourself, oh, this isn't going to be easy. And then you actually find a loophole where it's not even your responsibility to deal with it like that, and return to sender, all right? You direct it where it needs to go. I see here within the King of Pentacles, which has now showed up twice within your reading, which is the king of the element of earth. Earth signs, by the way, are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. This doesn't mean that you have a lot of earth sign in your birth chart or that you're necessarily dealing with an earth sign. What this is representative of is being in control of yourself, your health, your finances, and kind of like sitting on this throne when it comes to the material realm, and being the one who has accomplished more than others, who's better off than a lot of those closest to you, and you're planning world domination. You're looking into the future, as you can see here, and you're just like thinking to yourself on your throne, what can I do next? How can I elevate more? How can I kind of accomplish something that is beyond even my wildest dreams? So you're looking for the next challenge in June, which is indicative of the fact that, yeah, all of this learning and taking in content is actually serving and feeding you in a way that it inspires you to want to do more. And it is inspiring some fresh ideas within you that you want to take action on. Now, my gorgeous Aries baby, this is the reading that I received for you for June. Leave a little coin or money bag emoji below in the comment section, since a lot of your reading was about the earthly realm and the suit of coins or pentacles, however you'd like to call it. The only way that you would know to leave this emoji below is if you're an Aries and you watched your reading to the end. So make sure that you do so. That way, me and others can see that you're a real one. Now, my gorgeous Aries, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. All the resources that you could need are in the description box, so make sure you check that out before you leave this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you feel comfortable in this safe healing space here on the interweb. Remember, you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be right here on my channel receiving this reading. And if that isn't an indication that we vibe with one another, I don't know what is. So make sure that you stay subscribed to never miss an upcoming reading. And I can't wait to connect with you in next month's horoscope. Hello, my stunning Taurus, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your June 2024 predictions. So here we're going to talk all things Taurus. I hope that you enjoyed picking from the first part of your reading where I introduced you to the 3 groups during the intro. But now I want to see precisely what's coming towards your sign. So first up, we've got strength. The month of June will have you taming some beasts, putting people in their places. Taurus, you did not come to play during the month of June. Literally, the overlit screen is showing that. Your guides, your angels, they're thinking to themselves, man, we don't want to mess with Taurus. It's better for us to just take a little step back, because you have dealt with so much BS and just disappointing stuff within your life that you're not going to do any more of it, especially not during the month of June. Furthermore, here within the King of Cups, we have the King of Water signs, as the suit of cups corresponds to the element of water. And what this shows here is someone who is deeply connected to their emotions, trying to start something with you in June, but you're quickly putting them in their place. This doesn't always need to mean drama. This doesn't always need to mean something negative. You know, sometimes people just want attention, emotionally speaking, and they don't know how to ask for it. They don't know how to ask for you to be there for them. And then they try to like start something a little bit dramatic. And when you just kind of tame the beast by making them feel understood and showing them that, hey, you don't have to try to start this pretend argument. You don't have to push me away in order to feel something, in order for me to react, I can react to your emotions in a really healthy and helpful manner, you are going to find that actually people trust you moving forward so much that they look at you as the King of Wands type of person. Now, this doesn't make you someone who is exclusively in their divine masculine energy. It doesn't make you someone who identifies as male. These different characters simply represent the energies and what's going on in June. And the King of Wands shows us here that what's going on for you, my beautiful Taurus, is that you are taking on this leadership role of telling people precisely how to move forward with a healthier approach. If you're the only one who has done some of the deep work and you're the first one who even kind of allowed therapy to be a thing, if you're the first one in your family who even recommended, hey guys, like maybe this is a good idea, working on healing, shadow work, going to therapy, I just want you to know that that will, of course, make you the most advanced one because you started with those thoughts earlier than anyone else. So at some point, you become the leader and the person that people look up to when it comes to this. Next up, we've got the King of Earth. I want you to know here that there are some business dealings and relationships with someone during the month of June where you got to be very careful and you have to be strong in your approach. So there is something where you will be negotiating a business deal, and why you have to be strong is because this person is someone who has a lot of experience. They are older than you and they are a little bit of a crook, all right? They are a little bit of a person who, due to a lot of their experience, they know all of the loopholes and they know ways in which they can kind of turn things to their own benefit. And that's why you need to be careful. That's why before signing any dotted line during the month of June, it's best for you to have someone else look over it and to take someone with you for this business meeting and to take moments to really reflect on what is being negotiated. As I see here within the Eight of Earth, that June actually brings the potential for a huge change in your financial means, gains, and assets. If this deal goes through and is a positive one, if you get this extra stream of revenue into your life. However, in order to make that happen, of course, you're going to have to be, in a sense, a little bit careful about how you strike the deal, and you're also going to have to remind yourself that you're dealing with people here who want this extra stream just as much as you do. So remember that out here in the world, if you want something, there's someone else out here who probably wants it too and wouldn't mind to even go behind other people's backs, wouldn't mind to do some very low down things for that, all right? So that doesn't mean that you should play unfair. Always come from a place of love, my gorgeous Taurus. That is by default your energy anyways. But also remind yourself here that coming from a place of love should be reserved for people who are also coming from a place of love towards you. So your love is rare, your love should be exclusive, your love should be something that you keep back even if it takes a lot of strength and restraint from you because you are a loving, giving person. But remember, you need reciprocity. You can't just be the giver and be around takers. You too need to be able to receive. And that's where we have the masculine and feminine energy message that has come into your reading. There's a reason why this card has showed up for you, my beautiful Taurus, here within today's monthly horoscope. And that is to remind you that you've got both masculine and feminine energy. Sometimes we can get so used to one type of energy or even get pushed into one type of energy that it's hard for us to embrace the other side. Let me give you some examples. At one point, and I posted this on my Instagram, I know there were also so many people who just didn't get the message and took it the completely wrong way. But at one point, I was in a relationship where I was only in my masculine because I had to become the sole provider. I had to become the one who was dealing with everything. I was the one who felt like a man, and it made me feel so unattracted to the person that I was with, and I became someone I didn't want to be. And then on the other hand, I have also had experiences with people where I was only in my feminine and I felt like they didn't let me be in my masculine and take action and do things and step up and show that I can also, in a sense, be a little more on the tough, a little bit more on the boss side, if you will. And having a good mixture of both is really important, especially in this day and age where it is easy to become so accustomed to one type of look or vibe and feel and energy. So your guides are trying to remind you to balance these two out. And if you are currently in a relationship with someone that takes away a complete side from you, let this be said by someone who's been through it. If you're unable to change it, if you're unable to talk to them about what is bothering you after you've reflected on what energy you're predominantly in and how you would like to also be on a different frequency, because that will make you feel safer, lighter, more balanced, just like you can be a better partner, a better human being. If your relationship is not able to accommodate that, it is not a good dynamic for you to be in the long term. It's not healthy, nor is it good for the relationship in general, because often this can turn into a lot of disagreements and fights and arguments, and we don't need all of that in your life, my beautiful Taurus. So bring it up and choose you. The bear shows us that you're coming out of hibernation during the month of June. You're getting ready to take more action than you usually would. And this all comes from a place of loving you, of loving your success, of loving your forward movement, because you have in many ways stayed back, bowed down, and allowed for others to take the stage. But now it is time for you to be the one who is the center of attention. And I do see here within the bat that what comes during the month of June is actually a time of you going for a lot of little goals, tying up those loose ends before you set your sight on something bigger. So by little goals, I mean, for example, finally rearranging your closet, finally cleaning out your cellar, your garage, finally making sure that your home feels and looks the way that you want it to feel. And then from here on out, you will then accomplish bigger goals, right? You will save up for the proper dream home that you want. You are going to create a space for yourself where you can be creative, like an atelier type of thing. You know how artists have their space where they can paint on their canvases, and it's like their own little room, their own little nook, cranny, and niche. So from smaller things and just getting your life organized in general, you will be able to birth bigger things. And I do see here that the month of June is a highly productive month. A lot going on, a lot of projects, a lot of traveling, a lot of meeting people, a lot of appointments and meetings, IRL as well as online. And it will definitely be a month that will require strength from you. So please, my gorgeous Taurus baby, if you're still here and watching this, make sure that you stock up on healthy foods that provide you with energy for the entire day. Please make sure that you hydrate. If you're thirsty right now, get something to drink. You're already dehydrated, all right? And it's time for you to ensure that your basic needs are met so that you can do everything that needs to be done for the month of June, for you to level up and for you to make these positive changes for yourself. Now, please do leave a lion emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you're a Taurus, and that you watched your reading all the way to the end. And of course, all of the relevant resources can be found below in the description box for you, so check that out. My gorgeous Taurus babies, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my stunning Gemini baby, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your June prediction. I hope that you enjoyed picking from the 3 groups that you got to choose from during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Gemini, shall we? Let's get straight into your prediction. So first up, we have got the Page of Wands. We have a little bit of this Peter Pan elf type of vibe. I see a dreamy vibe for June. I see you having a lot of dreams, and in your dreams you will have elves and similar creatures that show up. So switching from, if you usually have nightmares, to dreams that are a lot easier and brighter and more just easy to stomach is what I meant to say, and where you find hope, because we also have here this little candle, and the candle is symbolic of hope and a light at the end of the tunnel. And we also have a lot of stardust, which is another representation of the feeling of hope and seeing your future unfold in a way where, for one, you're manifesting, but you also know that you are destined to have this future that you dream of and that you crave. Now, next up, we have got the 7 of coins for you. This shows odd one out type of vibes, my gorgeous Gemini. So feeling as though you are the only one who is different, you're the only one who makes money differently in your family, who sees money in a different way, who spends money in a way that makes others feel uncomfortable or they just don't understand it. Maybe you value, for example, quality over quantity. Meanwhile, you have so many family members and people close to you who are just always looking for the cheapest deal, not understanding that maybe that really cheap product has a lot of toxins in it, or those really cheap items come with really bad ramifications for the planet or for kids, child labor, for example. And you would rather invest in quality as well as things that are as least harmful to you as possible. And what I see for the Magician for you for the month of June is actually that you are taking a lot of action in your life, and that is another thing that sets you apart from others. The people in your life, and I'm talking about your friends, they're talking a lot, they're complaining a lot, and it makes you feel like the odd one out when you're actually taking action towards your dreams. And then you start to feel as though you are losing touch with your friend group. Like suddenly you just don't laugh about the same things, you don't have the same interests, nor do they feel comfortable like gossiping around you because they can tell you're not really about that anymore. And you are holding up a mirror to their insecurity of not actually taking action for what they want as well, and instead literally just bitching about it. And I do see here within the 3 of Wands that it's going to feel as though you're starting a completely new life, and it's like you have to make a choice. Who are you going to continue on with? And I do see that while your friend circle may get smaller as you are becoming more decisive and going after what you want with a lot more vigor, at the same time the friendships that you do have are really strong ones. Those are the friendships that you may have an entire lifetime because you are dealing with people who actually have a positive outlook on life. Now here within the flamingo spirit, I want you to understand that your guides are now asking you in June to embrace the in-between. June will be a little bit of a weird in-between month. I also see like for your body, especially if you've just started a different kind of eating and workout regime, my gorgeous Gemini, it's going to feel like, am I even making progress, or am I just putting myself through all of this for nothing? So you will be questioning why the progress isn't visible yet. And things may even get a little bit worse before they get better. And that's why Spirit has brought the Flamingo Spirit card within your reading and for you to receive, because you needed this message of confirmation that sometimes things do get worse before they get better. And the Snake Spirit is indicative of the month of June being a time to heal. And when healing, if you've ever had a wound that grew a scab, it almost looks worse once the scab is on there, right? Because a fresh wound is in a way almost like cleaner. It's not as thick. It doesn't kind of like stand out as much from the surface of your skin. But then once there's a scab, it hardens. It has like this thick layer on it, this crunchy thick thing. And it takes time for that to heal until the scab falls off. And then beneath it, you either have a scar or just like a little healed patch that even then will still go through a little bit of further healing. But things need to look a little ugly in the in-between phase before it gets better. And the same will go for any visual transformation of, for example, your hair or non-surgical treatments. Often, first when you do something to change your appearance, it can be worse, it can be swollen, it can be off. Literally non-surgical procedures, whether it's a facial or some sort of injection or something like that, it will first be worse before it gets better. And if you're dyeing your hair, sometimes when you're starting from a point where there's a lot of work to be done to get it right, there will be this in-between phase where you're not yet where you want to be and you're a little scared. You're like, will this ever look good again? And the turkey spirit is telling you, give the moment, give time with gratitude and grace to yourself. Everything will work out beautifully as it should. You are going to have the glow up moment, my gorgeous Geminis, but you have to learn to embrace the in-between, even if it's a little awkward, even if it's not precisely how you want it to look. And we all go through those moments of feeling like, oh my God, did I make a mistake? Why is this happening to me? But try to embrace it and not to stress, because the stress is actually what will cause further issues and inflammation. Next up, we've got protection for you. Now, I intuitively received this message because your guides want to tell you that during the month of June, you are divinely protected. If you have been worried about natural disasters or your house being next in a string of robberies that are circulating your neighborhood, I just want you to understand that in June you will be protected from all of these things that seem like there is no logical way to figure out whether it may happen to you. So your fears are not warranted. The gateway shows us that instead you are opening a door, a gateway into a portal that is magical and different. We've got a unicorn. You guys know I always love to call you my unicorn family because you guys are gorgeous, mystical little creatures to me. And here within the gateway, the month of June actually opens up the gateway to an extremely high amount of confidence once you have seen how all you need to do is wait out weird in-between spots, and then things will actually get so much better once you have succeeded in doing so. And that will just give you like a new level of confidence and confidence in patience. And that opens the gateway to, you know, when someone is so confident that you're just like, I wish I was a little more like you, because you're not even like so amazing at what you do. And that's not to diss the person, but you're just like, I love how confident you are, because that is literally part of your skill. That is literally part of what makes you amazing. Now, my gorgeous Geminis, this is the reading that I received for you, the second part, and I hope that you found it insightful and that it resonated. Please do leave a unicorn emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a Gemini. For any other resources, such as my downloadables, my courses, my decks, you can find those linked in the description box too. My crystal jewelry as well. It all ships straight from Switzerland to your doorstep anywhere in the world with tracked international shipping. And my beautiful Gemini baby, I would just like to thank you for being here and spending this divine time and space with me. And I can't wait to connect with you during your upcoming predictions and horoscopes. Hello, my gorgeous fellow Cancerian brothers and sisters. Welcome to part 2 of your June prediction, where we will speak all things Cancer when it comes to the upcoming month for you. So let's see precisely what Spirit has in store for you for June. First up, we've got your journey to wholeness, as well as master number 33. So for one, we have this really gorgeous depiction that seems as though we are actually underwater, right? We have this very wild hair situation, colorful backgrounds and scenarios. We have like all colors of the rainbow, and it's almost like drawing this substance, this again like a fluid. So we are immersed in water, and then there's another type of fluid down here, drawing that into the heart space, into the heart center, in our journey to wholeness. So as a Cancerian, what this means in a less woo-woo kind of way is that the month of June actually brings us a lot of substance that will fill our heart on our journey to wholeness, a lot of love that is going to give us this feeling as though, you know what, actually I am whole just as I am. I don't need anyone in order to make me whole. I am whole just as I come. Next up, we've got fire. So the element of fire with water makes for a very explosive combination. And I do see here that the month of June will come with some friction where you've got a light side and a dark side of yourself, a light side and a shadow side. And there is some friction and some conflict between the you that is very much into everything that does feel lighthearted, that does feel spiritually kind of easy to access. So if it's easy for you to be a kind person, that would be your light side. If it's hard for you to put yourself first, that would be your dark side, if it's hard for you to set boundaries. And there is a little bit of this friction between the two sides of yourself. And with the soul star chakra, I see that for my fellow Cancerians, actually the solution to this is merging with the divine. So understanding that it's all valid, it's all part of your human experience and where you're meant to go in this lifetime. And the soul star chakra shows us that now it's time to actually simply merge both in a frictionless type of way on your journey to wholeness, and understand that even though it may seem like one is more challenging to live than the other, it doesn't actually mean that that has to be your reality. Your reality is how you make things out to be in your head. I have one reality, you have another. Everyone has their own perception of life and their own reality. Because if you think about it, even just viewing these cards, you have one perception of what they look like, of the colors, of what these cards mean, depending on the experiences that you have had in your life. Because guess what? Your brain is an artifact of your past. Due to your past experiences and past learnings, the past knowledge you have gathered, you are going to interpret things differently than I am. And I too have my own version of reality that is based on my personal experiences, my past, as well as the messages that I channel into this reading from the divine. So within the fox spirit, your guides are asking you for the month of June to think on your feet, because things are moving quickly. There will be opportunities for you that you have to grab in a split second, where you have to make a decision just like that, because you just cannot wait. You cannot spend time kind of hemming and hawing and not knowing precisely what to do. The peacock spirit shows us here that these opportunities come with you being the focal point and the center of attention. So moving from, for example, being in the role you're in now in your professional life, to having that opportunity to get an amazing job and an added stream of income into your life, take it, think on your feet, let it shine. Don't underestimate your capabilities, because that's what a lot of people do when they get an opportunity before them that seems almost like quote unquote too good to be true. They don't think on their feet, they question their abilities, and then they miss out on it. And that's where your guides are trying to remind you that your intuition is here to help you, to support you, to carry you to a space where you are accepting these things that you 100% are worthy of and have earned effortlessly. And you're not allowing for overthinking to come towards all of these opportunities and kind of make them not happen for you, basically, make them unrealistic. The Queen of Fire shows us here that there are things coming for you in June that are so good, that are so big, that you may ask yourself, is this quote unquote realistic? But guess what, my gorgeous Cancerian? If it wasn't for you being ready for this opportunity, it wouldn't be here. So yes, it is realistic for you. And I want to remind you that also when other people try to humble you, you don't need to allow that to happen. Like just the other day, I was talking to someone about a next goal that I had in my life. I don't even know why I spoke to this person about it, honestly. I should have known better. But they were just saying, well, I don't know how realistic it is to accomplish that in the next 2 years or a year. And it's just like, why did I even consult you? Because guess what? It's also not realistic to build a YouTube channel with over 500,000 beautiful, loyal subscribers that I call Unicorn Family. If I would have told you that before I actually did it, you would have also told me, oh, it's not realistic. But yet here I am, I did it. So what now? All right. And that's the kind of energy that I see for June for you. The energy of not being available for other people's realistic and reality, but instead creating your own form of what is realistic for you, which is limitless if you allow it to be. And here within the Nine of Swords, we definitely have some deep thoughts as well as being connected to what your new realistic and what your new reality is, and then that reality actually being able to come to fruition, to be tangible in the earthly realm. Because the only thing that's separating you from the life that you desire and you want and you crave is the energetic thoughts and the distance between what you're feeling now and what you're thinking now and what you should be feeling and thinking in that new reality. Because the thoughts and emotions that you have in your heart right now are the ones that have created the life you're currently living. So if you want to live a new life, if you want to live a new reality, you need to change your thoughts, you need to change your emotions, you need to change that internal voice and wiring, because where your energy flows, where your attention goes, that's what creates your reality. So within the Purity card, it is time to cleanse yourself in June of everything that isn't in alignment with purely what you want. So make it very clear what you desire and then go for it. So you desire to be in a healthy, stable relationship. Say no to everything that's a situationship. Say no to anyone that doesn't treat you with respect, that already makes you think, oh, I'm not really sure if this has a future. No to that. If you want to be healthy, say no to everything that is not healthy. Say no to everything that is stopping you from living that life, from having that kind of physique that you desire. Now here within security, I want you to know that once you embrace that, you feel a deeper sense of security, because now guess who's in control of your reality currently and also your future reality? It's you. The ball is back in your court, my gorgeous Cancerian. And that's what we're doing in June. We're going from out of control, feeling like the ball is out of your court, out of your possession, to putting it back into your court and moving forward knowing precisely what to do in order to never step out of happiness and gratitude, because why should you if you don't need to? Now, my beautiful Cancerian soul, I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Do leave a little fox emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, and that's the only way that one would know that you are a fellow crab baby. So wherever you are in this world, I'm wishing you nothing but the absolute best day or night, depending on when you've tuned in. I appreciate you so, so much. Never forget that you've always got this safe space on the internet to turn to whenever you're feeling lonely or low. I'm always here for you guys, and I'm sending you love. I cannot wait for us to catch up in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Leo baby, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your June prediction, where we're going to get into precisely what you need to know as a Leo. Through shuffling, we've already received some cards that popped out of the pile that clearly have important messages about the month of June for you. So let's get into it, shall we? These are all the cards that appeared, and we're going to go through them card by card and unravel the messages that you need to receive. So first up here we have the Ace of Pentacles. We've got this very cute kind of mouse rodent figure, and they are holding on to this coin. What the ace always represents is a new beginning, and here we have the Ace of Coins or Pentacles, however you'd like to call it, which shows us that there's something new happening in the earthly realm, and everything that is tangible that you can see and hold that kind of exists in the material world. So that means your finances, money matters, that means your health, that means your job, that means your time management. And you are starting off feeling like this little mouse, this little rodent, just kind of grabbing onto something new that's very big, that almost seems too big for you to handle at this point, but you still want it because it's shiny and it means a lot of abundance for you. So that's what I see coming here in June. And for the Seven of Wands, which is what we also received within this card, we have all of these ladders and opportunities to grow that come from the month of June for you. Opportunities to grow when it comes to your personal life, when it comes to everything that is in this tangible and material realm. So here within the Eight of Cups, which is what this card represents, you are actually walking away and saying no to everything that is not that growth. By saying no to everything that does not represent the life that you desire, you are giving the life that you claim and that you want and that you dream of a full body yes. The star shows us that actually this does represent a great deal of not just hope, but actually making the moves and implementing the changes that need to be made in order to even get to that reality. Because there are so many people who dream of a certain life, who want all of these things, but what are they doing to get there? Nothing. But for you, the month of June brings actionable steps where we can tell, all right, this gorgeous Leo baby isn't just talking about it, they're actually doing something about it. And here the Ace of Cups shows a little bit of excess, doesn't it? It shows having a good time, and it almost gives this vibe of being very, very happy, intoxicated perhaps. And I do see here that what comes with that is a new connection. So going out, having fun. You don't, of course, have to resonate with the drinking in itself. This is just about going out of your house again and not feeling guilty, not feeling like you always need to be productive or working. You can sometimes also just go out and do whatever you desire to do without feeling like it is something that is forbidden, right? So here within the Ace of Cups, have fun. Have those foods that you feel you shouldn't be having. Enjoy a little bit of a situation where, yeah, maybe you're having a drink, maybe you're indulging in something with other people, and you're just having fun again. That's what June brings for you. The Sunstone is about taking pleasure in everything that you do. June is your month of finding that part of you again that has fun every single day, especially if you've been going through a phase of feeling depressed, of feeling very low energy. It is time for you to take pleasure in everything that you're doing and also taking action. That's what the red jasper stands for. Taking action is the only cure to fear and procrastination and things building up to becoming even more scary than they are in your head. If you have certain things that you need to work on and you need to do, whether it's your tax returns, whether it's going to the doctors for a routine checkup, getting your dental work checked out, I just want you to know that the only way that you can soothe yourself and that it won't be this big scary thing in your mind anymore is to just take action and do it. There's literally nothing else that will get it out of your mind, that will stop you from ruminating and wasting your precious energy on overthinking it and of the fear of the buildup within your mind being bigger than the actual event if you were to just do it, sort it, and deal with it. I love the colors that we've received here in these crystals. It looks as though Spirit is definitely bringing you this orange, red, summery kind of vibe for June. The citrine is a stone that brings in light, which is why I love wearing citrine crystal jewelry too. I am not wearing any today. I'm wearing amethyst as well as aquamarine, and here I've got a blue topaz. But I just want you to know that for citrine specifically, this is the stone that you're encouraged to wear throughout June and the summer. This is a stone and a crystal that is attracting wealth, abundance, and freedom. It brings in light. It brings in a type of lightness that is now precisely what you need to experience after a time of heaviness, but also accomplishment. Let's not forget, when you put in the hard work, you're doing it for a reason, and you are also accomplishing great things, my gorgeous Leo. But there are times where it's also available for you to relax, to enjoy, to go out a little more, and to be able to work hard and play hard, just as the saying goes. So my beautiful Leo baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. I love to read your comments and to hear from you. Leave a mouse emoji below to let me and others know that you're a Leo baby who watched the reading all the way until the end. I would like to thank you for sharing this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to catch up with you during one of my upcoming monthly predictions and horoscopes. Hello, my beautiful Virgo babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your June prediction, which I can't wait for us to get into. I hope that you enjoyed receiving the first part of your reading, which was based on the 3 groups that I introduced you to during the intro of this video. But now we will talk all things Virgo and Virgo placements. So let's get into it. I can't wait for us to reveal the month of June to you. First up, we've got the shallow grave. You miss someone. All right, my gorgeous Virgos. I hope you're not going to get too emotional within this reading, but I definitely see here that you're missing someone, and June is reminding you of the memories with that person. And a thing that I want you to become aware of is that whenever you miss someone and you're on that frequency, trust me, they can feel it. They feel that you're missing them. They feel that they're being missed. And if it was a genuine connection, if it was a connection that is worth remembering, they will miss you just as much, if not more, because it's just like that saying, when you think of someone that you haven't even thought of in a very long time, that you haven't seen in forever, that they then call you or text you, it's because they can feel that frequency and that vibration. And what I mean by if the connection was worth it, I mean if they valued you to the degree that they should have valued you, you will actually find that this person who you miss, they reach out to you, they text you, they DM you, they're watching your story, and they're right there. The strange Valentine shows us that love is strange. And for you, my beautiful Virgo, the month of June is a month of love, and also love just proving to have so many different shapes and ways of being expressed. And love being so strange in the sense of sometimes love can just make you question why does it need to happen this way? Why can't it just be like a straightforward, we both love each other, let's just do life together? But love is strange like that. It's not that straightforward in this day and age for whatever reason. But imagine a world in which love was actually very straightforward and honest and there were no games. How beautiful would that world be? Moving further into your reading, we have a couple cards that popped out of the pile, which I want us to get into because they clearly have an important message for my Virgo baby. So in Amara the Menahune, we've got this kind of very summery vibes type of healing. As a Virgo, you are a perfectionist. You're the type of person who likes to get things done right. And in Amara the Menahune, it is definitely a time for you to kind of like take a moment to decompress and to not be so hard on yourself for not getting everything perfectly right all the time, or even taking like some breaks, some off days, be it from working out, from eating perfectly healthy, from overworking yourself. The month of June is definitely a month of balance for you. The voodoo in blue shows us that actually your guides are sensing that you will have this very like back off, don't come near me type of energy. And you will find that you're maybe a little irritable when it comes to your BS radar during the month of June, because you just don't have that kind of patience anymore. You don't have it in you to play games, neither in love nor in life in general. And with the dried flower fairy, I can see here that you're reminiscing back at some sweet memories that you had when it comes to this person that you missed, that you immediately thought of when I said you're missing someone in June, my gorgeous Virgo. And here I want you to see within the voodoo in blue, we've got the master number 22. And then with the dried flower fairy, we've got master number 11, which is precisely half of master number 22. And receiving both of these master numbers within your reading, that shows that the month of June is not only a month of learning, but also a month of teaching. So because you've been through your own trials and tribulations in love, when a close friend of yours comes to you and asks you what to do during their breakup, you know precisely what tips to give them, you know precisely what to tell them to do, because, well, you've experienced it in the past, you've gotten through it, and you had to go through the heaviness of the heartbreak by yourself without any guidance, but now you can pass that knowledge on of how to like overcome it as easily as possible. Like you're not gatekeeping. You're the type of person who freely wants to give. Now the Queen of Water is the Queen of Water signs. Think Cancerian, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. And I do see here that you are assimilating more to that because you're realizing you needed a little bit of that nurturing energy within your life, because these past couple cycles of your existence, it was missing. And literally missing someone in June is showing you that opening up emotionally is probably a healthy thing for you to do at this moment in time. We also have the King of Water, which I love that we received the Queen of Water and the King of Water. These both show that you can be strong yet emotionally intelligent, and you can have your heart open without being so vulnerable that you have to worry about it being hurt or damaged or someone taking advantage of it. It is about finding that balance between actually being able to be open to experience, to love and be loved, but also being strong enough to understand that, sure, while you're open to it and can experience it, it doesn't mean that if something doesn't go as planned that you're going to be completely shattered. So not closing off a part of yourself is so important, and understanding that you've got both masculine and feminine energies within you, and they both need to be fed and also be expressed in your relationships. Here within the Maiden, there is someone younger than you who has never had kids, who is in their maiden energy, a very childlike, kind of frolicky energy. And I see that this is the person that's coming to you for advice and for help in June because they're going through a heartbreak and they want to learn from you. And you will teach them that love is strange. You will teach them that you can miss someone but still not go back to an unhealthy situation. But you can also miss someone and confide in them that you feel like you also made a mistake and try to rekindle things. And here within Desire, just being in this energy of being a teacher when it comes to interpersonal relationships and love during the month of June. Because for one, you're a teacher to this person younger than you, but for two, you're also going through your own experiences, right? You're going through your own situation where you're missing someone, where love is a little bit of a question mark. And what it sparks within you is actually the desire to just be more raw, to be more of who you naturally are, more of who you instinctually are, and also to chase, to be this person that goes after what they want, romantically speaking, because you're understanding that sometimes you do have to say what you want, you do have to chase, you do have to go after what you desire in order to not lose it, and in order for it to not, in the end, just become a thing of the past. So my gorgeous Virgo baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. I love to read your comments. I feel like I'm one of these few YouTubers who engage so much within their comment section. And I am sending you so much love, my gorgeous Virgo baby, wherever you are in this world. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Libra baby, and welcome to the second, even more personal part of your June prediction, where we talk all things Libra and the messages that are here for your zodiac signs. So let's see precisely what you need to hear and receive. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading, which was based on the 3 groups that you could choose from during the intro. But now let's get into all things Libra, shall we? So Spirit wants you to clean your space. You're immediately being called out, Libra, not to make you feel uncomfortable, but yeah, it is time for you to quit procrastinating, making your space what you know it potentially could be, which is a sanctuary, a beautiful, organized oasis, a space where you feel so comfortable and where you can find everything that you're looking for immediately, because guess what? Your space is clean, neat, and organized. I also see here that you can make this a whole thing, a whole vibe, by drinking tea, by making some really beautiful tea as you're cleaning your space, indulging in it, knowing that you're hydrating yourself, and you're also having like this little tea ceremony with yourself almost. So Spirit is saying to you, if you don't like cleaning up and organizing, or it feels daunting because there's just so much to do, go to the supermarket, go to the store, get yourself some tea that looks amazing. All right, so I'm talking rose tea, I'm talking cinnamon and clementine tea, whatever the mixture is, rooibos tea, whatever it is that you desire, or you feel like, oh, I want to try this. This looks so good. This is going to be so fragrant. I love these types of scents. Go for it and make your tea ceremony a vibe in your kitchen. Set it all up, make it beautiful, turn on some amazing music. Clean your space under this energy of feeling like you're indulging in something where you're also not actually feeling guilty because like, oh, you know, I'm having something unhealthy or whatever. You are not being unhealthy, right? Because you're drinking tea and you're hydrating. And Spirit wants to give you this little way of cleaning your space, of reorganizing your space, because Spirit knows that you need a little bit of that extra push, a little bit of that extra inspiration and motivation. So connecting with fire is what you're going to want to clean these ceremonies off with and close them off with. And why I'm saying clean is because fire is actually cleansing. Fire removes any unwanted energies and spirits. So basically, connecting with fire can be done, of course, with this huge kind of like campfire situation, but lighting a candle when you're done is another great way for you to connect with fire in your home. You can do this on a daily basis. I would say I probably light candles every single day, and I also burn incense every single day because that is my way of connecting with the element of fire. But let's move a little more deeply into it, shall we? So next up, we have the Angel of Alchemy. The month of June brings miracles to you. The month of June brings a feeling of, wow, okay, I really didn't expect this, but this is like a miracle. This is like a very unexpected, positive situation going on for me in June. And it feels like it was meant to be. So the Angel of Alchemy is a black angel. If you see black wings during the month of June, I just want you to know that it was destined to be. Black wings can also show up in the form of a black angel wing tattoo. And I see here within Amara, the Menehune, that you're going on some sort of getaway that feels tropical, where you can wear a bathing suit and where you can simply relax. So for one, it could be a spa, it could be actually going to a lake or a beach. And I do see that this is precisely what you needed, a getaway, a little bit of a reset and a revamp of your own energy, because you have been working hard, you have been working diligently, and once you've gotten to this point of exhaustion, you also need to be able to recharge. Now here within the Two of Air, I do see that there are these two sides to you. You've got the dark side and the light side. And doing shadow work is one thing that June brings as a possibility of huge growth for you. Because you are so familiar with your light side, it can sometimes be a little bit tricky to indulge in the dark side as much, because you're someone who by default, as a Libra, you try to stay peace-loving. You try to stay refined. As a Libra, you try to stay positive as much as you possibly can. And this can sometimes make you disassociate from parts of yourself that you see as inadequate or quote-unquote dark. Here within the Five of Fire, it becomes completely clear that there are situations you're avoiding because you don't like drama. As a Libra, you are the type of person who does not like confrontation, and there is definitely someone here who is going to try to confront you, going to try to have this whole story, but it's just not working out for them because you're not even going to engage in it, you're not even going to be part of it. It's not something that you're interested in. I do see here within the Three of Air that what comes for you, my gorgeous Libra, is instead you are all in books and knowledge. So you're reading a lot and consuming a lot of podcasts is what I meant to say, because you want to take in knowledge rather than to use brute force in order to get your point across. You've never been the type of person who has been physically in any way, shape, or form aggressive or physically abusive in that sense. That's not you. You find that to be so primitive and so lame. And I do see here that in June, you're more focused on your own growth, your own personal development, becoming wiser and stronger from the inside out. I'm getting these very like Dr. Joe Dispenza vibes. I'm getting Tony Robbins vibes. I'm also getting this kind of like the Wizard Liz vibes when it comes to self-development. Another thing that I'm also getting here is podcasts such as like Diaries of a CEO and just overall personal growth, personal development being the focal point for June, revamping your living space, because you know that when you live in a beautiful and clean space, you also feel so much better on the inside and mentally. So my gorgeous Libra baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. Leave a little T emoji below to let me and others know that you were here and that you're a Libra, because that's the only way you would know, to leave that emoji below in the comment section. Wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Scorpio babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your prediction, where we're going to delve into all things Scorpio for the month of June. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading, where you could pick from the 3 groups that I had prepared for you at the beginning of this video. But now let's talk all things Scorpio, shall we? So we've got soaking in a bath as well as taking a walk. Your guides want you to indulge in some sweet, luscious self-care. Now, the month of June is a month of finally kind of making yourself the center of attention again, especially if someone else has been the center of your universe and your life. I know it can be hard, especially if you've gone through a breakup or you've been dealing with a narcissist. As a Scorpio, you are intensely emotional, and you would have felt things a lot more deeply than many other people under other signs, because you're just wired to take love and feelings very seriously and deeply, which is also why you need the extra self-care as often as you can give it to yourself. Don't deny yourself of soaking in a bath, taking a walk, doing the things that you love, and scheduling in time for you to just make yourself the epicenter of your attention. I see here with an I am Kali that we have this rebirth coming from a place where you felt finished, where you felt done. And rebirth from a place of death is the strongest kind of rebirth that you can experience, because we thought that you were on the ground. You may have thought that you were defeated. But when you have a rebirth that comes from a place where you had almost given up, it's the most powerful rising from the ashes like a phoenix moment that there is. I see here within the grumpy red fairy that your guides during the month of June want you to just be your true self through this rebirth and through this situation where you're leaving the old you in the past, and you are seriously revamping everything about yourself and your reality, even from your looks to the way you articulate to the way you deal with people. I do see here that you're just done being the person who is overly kind, because that doesn't do anything for you but get you used. That doesn't do anything for you but get people to disrespect you. And you've realized that there is a fine line between being kind and giving and generous and ending up with people taking your kindness for weakness or for granted. The lion spirit shows us that you are a very generous person by default. Like, naturally speaking, you are that person that anyone can always walk up to and ask for advice or time or help. You will give it because you're just this person that cares about others in such a deep way that you would never see someone struggling and be able to do something about it and just let them continue to struggle. You just don't have that in you. You're not cut from that cloth. And that's one thing that the lion spirit shows us for June that you have to be careful with. Not everyone deserves that part of you. Here within the spider spirit, the month of June is about making your dreams a reality, not other people's dreams. And especially if you feel undervalued within your job, that could be a huge point of friction where you feel like you're making your boss's dream a reality, you're making someone else's dream come true. But what about your dreams? Working on a hamster wheel, seemingly, is another reason why you may want to step off of it, because you feel like now it's time for you to do you and to fully immerse yourself in what makes you feel happy, professionally speaking. The white raven spirit brings you the message to trust in the magic. In June, you will make the very challenging, difficult decision to either fully bet everything on yourself or to actually take a step back and remind yourself that, yeah, with a certain sacrifice also comes a certain feeling of security. So for one, having a 9-to-5 gives you a certain amount of a feeling of security, but then not having it You may miss that security, but at the same time, it's a time where you can bet everything on yourself and go after your dreams and make your dreams a reality. But it comes with just a different set of risks. And the month of June has you truly reconsidering the path that you want to take for yourself professionally moving forward, and also reconsidering in how many ways you were maybe too kind, soft, generous, and giving to the wrong type of people too early on, that you are going to readjust, because either way, if you stay on your current path when it comes to your professional career, or if you choose something completely different, you're going to want to be a different person who does not fall into situations where others can take advantage of you because you allowed it. That is the biggest shift that's going on internally for you, my gorgeous Scorpio. It is a rewiring of what you allow and what you keep at arm's length. So my gorgeous Scorpio baby, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. Leave a little bath emoji below. That way me and others will know that you're a Scorpio baby who watched their second part of their prediction all the way until the end. Wherever you are on this gorgeous planet, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Sagittarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your June prediction. I can't wait to get into this, and I hope that you enjoyed part 1, where you got to pick from the groups that I introduced you to during the intro of this video. But now let's see what's in store for Sagittarius energy, specifically during the month of June. We have the Sea Beacon Fairy for you. We have the Sea Beacon Fairy here in the open ocean. We have a distant ship over here, and these lanterns that are illuminating the way. This is about guidance, but where will it lead you? The month of June will come with a lot of surprises, different paths that you can take, and you will feel divinely guided, like the universe is sending you signs and symbols to pay attention to. And you're asking yourself, where will this lead? And it's not quite sure during the month of June where the next months are going to take you. It's not something that is going to be written in stone. A lot of it depends on the decisions and the choices that you make within the next couple weeks and months. Now, your guides are trying to say here within the Fairy of the Green World that what you should focus on is ways in which you can kind of fulfill the part of you that is naturally a helper. You are the type of person, my gorgeous Sagittarius, who really thrives in philanthropic endeavors, and you're also the type of individual who can connect with the natural world like no other. Animals naturally like you, babies are drawn to you. You have never had an issue connecting with other people if you choose to do so. And the Fairy of the Green World and the Sea Beacon Fairy, they're both telling you during the month of June, focus on what feels right, focus on giving back, and focus on feeling good about what you are putting into this world. Without trick or treating, I want you to know that in June, there will be some huge surprises coming for you. So some people from your past that you didn't think would re-emerge. An old friend, an old flame, okay, DMing you, texting you, calling you, watching those stories of yours, and you're thinking to yourself, interesting that you're back. We could have been a thing, we could have worked out, but you didn't want it to. Why are you here during the month of June? That is literally what you're thinking during the month of June and what you're going through without trick or treating. You are out, you're minding your own business, and you're wondering why these individuals are showing up for you. But sometimes this is just a test to see precisely how far that you have come and how much you are actually going to prioritize your own well-being before you allow for any kind of connection that causes friction. The Five of Fire shows us here that June is actually a month that brings out a little bit of a fighting spirit in you, to the point where you've been through so much that if there's even a resemblance between drama and energy that you don't want within your life around you, you're going straight into the let's get rid of this mode. You are in a place of cleansing the old, getting rid of it, and if you need to, quite literally kicking it out of your life, like punching it in the face, so to say, like we have there within the Five of Fire. Now, integrity shows us that the reason for this is that you have realized that in many ways you were not living in integrity, and that is what caused some internal friction and turmoil that you have now overcome. So you're protecting your new peace. What I mean by you have realized that you were not living in integrity is that there were times where you would say that you value yourself, you love yourself, but then the actions didn't match. The things you allowed, they did not match with what you were preaching. You were not walking your talk. And sometimes it takes a little moment for us to realize that we're not actually walking our talk. And trust me, I've been there, and I'm sure I will still be there in the future. I am also just human. And I also come to realizations where I'm like, hey, I was talking this talk, but I wasn't actually walking it. That could be, for example, with setting healthy boundaries, with saying no, with prioritizing yourself. And I see here within the Parrot Spirit that more than ever during the month of June, you're being urged to be careful what you wish for and to be very precise about what you want. Let me tell you, my gorgeous Sagittarius baby, I have had times where I have wished for things and I wasn't specific and I got it and it was not what I wanted because I wasn't being specific. An amazing example for this is if you wish for a lover and they have to look this way and have this kind of job and this income and this background, and if possible they have all of these personality traits and so on and so forth, whatever the list may be, but you forget to put on there that they must also be a healed person who even wants to be with you and who's obsessed with you and who wants commitment in the long term. And the thing is, once you realize that you have to actually wish for what you truly want, that's when your lucky time begins. And I see that for you, my beautiful Sagittarius, that is beginning in June as you have learned this lesson both the hard way and also in a playful manner. And you're realizing that wishing for what you want, it can be so fun once you get the hang of doing it correctly. Then we've also got the Grasshopper Spirit, which shows us that you will be taking a leap of faith towards the end of June. The end of June is going to be a time where you stand before a decision that does pose a little bit of a threat to your current reality. But that's what taking a leap of faith is. It means betting on what you desire and risking your current reality for the possibility of a better one, of an upgraded one. And your guides are saying to you, be very mindful, watch your words and what you wish for. And know that when you wish for precisely what you really want, taking a leap is the best decision that you'll make during the month of June. Now, my beautiful Sagittarius babies, this is a reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Please do leave a pumpkin emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you're a Sagittarius, because that's the only way anyone would know that you were here, you received your reading, and you've got Sagittarius in your birth chart. Furthermore, all of the relevant resources that you may desire are below in the description box, so check that out, and I can't wait for us to connect during your next monthly prediction and horoscope. Hello, my gorgeous Capricorn babies, and welcome to the second, even more personal part of your June prediction. This is the horoscope portion, which is based on the sign of Capricorn for you, and I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading where you got to pick from the groups that I introduced you to during the intro of this video. But now let's get into it. Let's talk all things Cappy, my favorite earth signs. So let's get into it. We've got the lady with a Bosch egg. Now, the month of June is going to reconnect you to your ancestors. You will be hearing of some stories from your grandparents and great-grandparents, and potentially even getting an item that they wanted to pass down during the month of June. So receiving a gift, that's why we've got the lady with a Bosch egg. It's not going to be necessarily a gift that is intensely valuable or that is very luxurious, but it's going to have a lot of sentimental meaning because you can feel the energy of your ancestors. You can feel the energy of your family connected to this item. I see here within the fairy of the highlands that June is a time for you to be brave and be logical. That's also why she is holding the sword. The sword is a symbol of logic, of communication, of clear thinking, and of making decisions that can be a little cutthroat. So I'm immediately getting the sense here that you will be deciding over someone's future in a way that you never wanted to have the responsibility to decide over. And I definitely see here within the fairy of the highlands that this type of pressure is not something that you're comfortable with. You would rather people make their own choices rather than being the one who's firing people, hiring people, telling people that you just can't be around them anymore. It is uncomfortable for you, but we've got self as well as the 9 of water here within your reading. Now, what this means is that June is a time of intensely deciding to make the month about you. That's why we've got self and the 9 of water. Self shows us here that you are in a state of meditating over the fact that, you know what, I have to pick me, because in the past there have been so many instances where you picked someone else, and then when it was their turn to pick, they also picked themselves. So no one ever picked you. And maybe quite literally speaking, when you were in school, for example, in like all of these sports classes and stuff, you were picked last or almost last. And it can be ingrained in us when we've experienced this that it's normal to be last, or it's normal for others to go first. But you're slowly starting to realize that, especially as you grow older and as an adult, as someone who makes their own decisions, no, you don't come last anymore, Capricorn. You are not the person who is sitting on the bench hoping to be picked. You pick yourself first every time. So you're a winner every time, regardless of whether someone else chooses to pick you as well or not. I see here within the 8 of fire that actually showed up in reverse, that what's happening for you is that because you always pick yourself first now and you're learning to do that, you feel so much more relaxed. Like, it is so much less stressful when you are not hanging on someone else's mouth for hoping that they will pick you. It's so much more of a relaxing existence when you know that whether they want you or not, you're good. Whether someone shows up for you or not, you're showing up for yourself anyways. It's this energy of things are happening with or without you. If you want to be part of it, cool, join in, be a good person. That's the only prerequisite. But if you want to be a douche, then I don't need you around me, and I'm going to dismiss you real quick. And here within the Swan Spirit, the thing is that you have now done some deep dives. You've healed some family wounds and patterns, especially family wounds, patterns, and dynamics between people who identify as male and female, and those who may have even struggled to identify with the fact that they may not be this person, they may not have this kind of romantic inclination. You have someone here within your lineage who was forced to be closeted, and that actually caused a lot of internal friction that came out as aggression and meanness. But moving on, continuing with everything that's Capricorn related for June, because this is your reading, the thing is that once you've realized in your deep dive that everyone has their own demons and everyone struggles with their own challenges, even people who you thought knew it all, remember growing up when you thought your parents had all the answers, and now you're realizing they really don't. In many ways, they just had to fake it till they would make it. You can see that at the end of the day, life is in a way one big bluff. It's one big game, and you're playing it. You're here to co-create with spirit, not in the sense of bluffing and playing games with others, but bluffing and gamifying life to the extent where you're yeah, let me see how far I can take this business. Let me see how far I can take my success. Let me see, with just being very confident in my abilities, what this can do for me. The Wombat Spirit shows us that in June, you'll be at home a lot. You're a homebody. You're someone who likes to be in their own kingdom. And for June, it's going to take on a life of its own. I see you just having your favorite snacks all June, watching movies, chilling, not needing to go very far because you're so comfortable in where you are, especially if you have access to like a balcony or like a nice forest nearby, a garden. I see in the wombat spirit that people are going to be coming more to your home rather than you going to see them. And that's just what you needed. You're not really in a big going out mood in June. And then we've got the ant spirit, which showed up in reverse, but I'm just going to show you this card upright really quickly. Now, the ant spirit showing up in reverse is basically the opposite meaning of what it would be upright. Upright, it says it's a time for you to collaborate. But when this card shows up in reverse, is actually a time for you to take time for you, like we've got here in self, to centralize life around you, to centralize your choices around what you want. It's not a time for collaboration. It's not a time to take other people's opinions on board. It is a time for your opinion to be the one and only that matters. Whether that relates to how you're outfitting your home, how you're decorating it, whether that relates to how much you're going out, what you're eating, what you're doing, or the decisions that you're making in your career or love life, this is you time. June is all about Capricorn putting themselves as a priority finally. And because you're so hardworking and you're the type that likes to accomplish a whole lot, after the month of June, you will have done so much for you that you're then ready to pour into other people's cups again, whether it be your very own family or your chosen family and also your career. June is the month of filling up your tank, and from then on, you will basically be unstoppable. Now, my gorgeous Capricorn baby, this is the prediction that I received for you for the month of June. I hope that it resonated and that you enjoyed being in this safe space. Of course, if this is the first time that you were here, don't forget to subscribe to never miss another monthly prediction. And of course, check out my channel. I literally have over 600 tarot videos on there, so any topic that you would like to look into is available right there on my channel. You can check out some links in the description box as well if you're interested. And wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Cappy, I am sending you love, and I cannot wait for us to connect in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Aquarius babies. Welcome to part 2 of your June prediction. This is the horoscope portion, which is based on your zodiac sign, which I can't wait for us to get into, my gorgeous Aquarius. How did you like part 1 of your reading where you got to pick during the intro? Let me know below in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you, but now we'll talk all things Aquarius for June, shall we? Let's see what card that your guides will reveal for us first. So we've got the 9 of Swords. You know what this means for June? It's that you've got your eye on the prize and you're literally willing to risk it all just in order to get to your goal. And I love that energy for you, my gorgeous Aquarius. You are ruled by Uranus, in case you didn't know this. That's your ruling planet. You're a very original and fun sign of the zodiac. And you're literally also the type that is very logical. It's hard for you to catch feelings so quickly. When you do, you would rather catch a flight and be out of that emotional situation. But I can see here that for June, because you know what it's like to feel worry and anguish and just dissatisfaction, you're not even letting things get to that point again. And you're dealing with situations head on, as I see here within the 3 of coins, that you are building a legacy. You're literally building a whole entire empire. And regardless of what hardships or fear or worries may be on your path here in the 9 of Swords, you're not giving in to those. You're not allowing for anything to scare you to the degree where you're like, oh, I'm going to give up or I'm not going to do this. No, there is nothing stopping my gorgeous Aquarius babies during the month of June. And I see here within the moon that you just have this initiation call for you in June, where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you feel so called and compelled to rise up, to do so much better for yourself than you ever have in the past, and to kind of like create the life that you thought was beyond your reach, but you are being initiated into this newfound confidence of knowing that whatever you set your mind to, you can for sure do and accomplish. I see here within the Knave of Wands that actually for you, my gorgeous Aquarius, we also have this Knave of Wands person. We have this little hand tattoo situation, neck tattoo, just ink in general, and we have this slick back hair, we have a little bit of shaved hair on the side, someone who has this very fiery kind of aura and a little bit of this bad boy vibe. We have these piercing blue green type of eyes and a very sharp jawline. This person is going to make an impact in your life during the month of June, and I do want you to know that it gives a little bit of this feeling of danger being around this person, which I want you to know here within the ant spirit that actually you're even thinking that you'll learn a lot from this person business-wise too. So I don't know if you've ever like been with or dated someone that you would say is like rough, so to say, my gorgeous Aquarius. If you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. And you felt as though you learned a lot of them just street smartness, life lessons, not necessarily that you would say they are a replacement for studying economics, but you know what I mean, things that school doesn't teach you, that's what you learned from them. And also here within the squirrel spirit, how to believe in yourself beyond others. And I do see that there is someone who will have that extra impact on you, quite literally speaking, in person. But with the Knave of Wands, I also am getting these vibes from like a musician. You know who comes to mind for me? The British rapper called Central C, also G-Eazy, another kind of energy I'm getting here within this Knave of Wands, and just songs that seem almost like a little too gangster or rough for you to listen to as you're drinking like your matcha latte with oat milk while you're like riding to your very, very put together situation, job, school, you know what I mean? But you're still listening to it, it's still inspiring you, and you can really feel what they're saying through your heart. It resonates, and it kind of pushes you to do the same, to want to build a legacy, to want to lay a solid foundation, and to want to be that person who was strong, who was independent, and who went for their dreams and accomplished it. So I see that you can relate to and resonate with basically anyone regardless of their background, and you can see inspiration through what they've been through and apply it to your situation. So here within the Panther spirit, actually June is a month of you reclaiming your power. So if you felt powerless in your life in the past couple of weeks and months, fear not, my gorgeous Aquarius baby, as June is a month in which you're stepping back into your personal power. And I think sometimes we have to go through some really hard stuff to realize our worth and our power. Like, for example, if you don't know what it's like to leave a relationship in which you're not valued, if it's hard for you still to like go through breakups, let me tell you, it's because most likely you haven't met the worst person on planet Earth for you before. Once you have met the worst person on planet Earth, like worse than you can imagine, and you have been with somebody like that, trust me, breaking up or just being alone is like heaven. It's like the biggest piece on earth that you guard, that you don't want to let go of, and you're not going to trade in so quickly, especially not if you see red flags again. So sometimes reclaiming your power really comes from going through some crazy, difficult scenarios and situations and relationships, and then you grow stronger and you have stronger boundaries because you're not putting yourself through that anymore. Now, within the Angel of Time, your guides and your angels are literally saying you're working too hard. I know as an Aquarius, world domination is often the goal. However, you are working way too hard, and you may regret not spending time with friends and family. Take it seriously. When you listen to interviews of people who are advanced in age, I mean old people, retired people, people who have lived more than 2/3 of their life, none of them will say to you, I wish I would have just worked harder for that corporation, or I wish I would have spent less time with my loved ones. It's usually the complete opposite. And here within the two little witches, I want you to know here that the month of June is a month of like space clearing, getting rid of things in your schedule and your itinerary that is just lost time, that is just sucking up your energy for nothing. but also quite literal space clearing. So getting rid of like items that you no longer wear. If you haven't worn it for more than a year and it's not like a gown that you can wear to a wedding or something like that, or a hat that you can wear to a special occasion, or just something really, really special that sparks a ton of joy and you know at some point will truly come in handy again, let's get rid of it. Let's not keep it rent-free within our space and within our energetic vicinity. So my gorgeous Aquarius babies, this is the second part to your June prediction that I've received for you, and I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Furthermore, you can find a plethora of other resources within the description box. And if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you doing, my gorgeous Aquarius baby? Because we clearly vibe with one another, and by subscribing, you won't miss out on another monthly prediction, which will prepare you and initiate you into the upcoming calendar month. So I would like to thank you for being here and spending this divine time and space with me. Hit that subscribe button, and I cannot wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous, beautiful Pisces babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your June 2024 predictions and readings, where we'll talk all things Pisces for the second part. So lean back, relax, and enjoy as we add on to part one of your June prediction, where you got to pick from the 3 groups that I introduced you to at the start of this video. So first up, we've got make an altar. In June, your guides are telling you to finally create an altar or a goal or a vision board. And you may ask yourself, Vanessa, I'm just a little Pisces baby. What is a goal or a vision board or an altar? Well, as your big sis, allow for me to introduce you to these things. Now, an altar would be just a spot, like for example, on a cupboard, on a shelf, where you put some nice things. Well, I'm saying nice things, where you can put candles, flowers, and representations of things that have a spiritual and deeper meaning for you, and also that you want to connect with. These can be things that you want to pray to or you look up to as well. It depends on what kind of spiritual practice that you are indulging in or that you feel accustomed to. Creating a goal or a vision board would be to create some sort of visual representation, like gluing onto a piece of cardboard all of the pictures of what you want to accomplish and the life that you desire, everything that represents that, and hanging that up somewhere where you can see it every single day and you can work towards it with ease and through manifestation. Now, within Look to the Stars, I want you to know that the celestial events during the month of June are going to have a profound effect on your mood. As a Pisces, you're anyways very connected to your emotional landscape, and I do see here within Look to the Stars that when it comes to the month of June, you're finding that the full moon and the new moon are affecting you more strongly than usual, and you will feel an urge to take walks, to go out, to exercise, to just simply take time to move your body, because movement is the most healing activity for you during the month of June. Moving as much as you possibly can. For anyone who's able-bodied and is fit, this is going to maybe happen a lot faster or more easily. But if you struggle, you're out of shape, or you're not able-bodied, then this can be a little bit more tricky. But I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to feel as though you can't still do this or engage in movement. You can do movement at your own pace in your own way. It's just important that you do move. Next up, we've got the Swan Spirit. Now, the Swan Spirit indicates that June is a time for a deep dive. There will be a period where you just feel like crying because you just need to talk about some of the things that you're going through and get them off of your chest. A deep dive actually is really beautiful just as a swan, because it shows that you feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable, and the Stag Spirit shows that you're taking the lead. So I'm getting this visual for you in June. You've got friends and family over, you're spending time with them, and there is a very deep topic that you're venturing into, and you're for the first time sharing some of the experiences that you had, some of the things that you've been through, and things that you've never told anyone else. And the stag spirit definitely shows us here that when it comes to your emotional kind of vulnerability, you are leading by being the first one to share in such a deep way, and then everyone else follows, and all of a sudden everyone has kind of told the other people in the room their deepest, darkest secrets that have never even been revealed before. And within the flamingo spirit, you are being called to embrace the in-between that is June. June is an in-between because it's like you're however old you are and a half. You're not quite here, not quite there. You feel like you're in a weird in-between stage as a Pisces. It's not really your favorite month of the year, and it also seems like there are too many birthdays in June for you to cope with, for you to deal with. It's stressful. You don't want to miss anyone's party or texting anyone. And your guides are trying to tell you, just chill. June is going to be a little bit emotional. June is going to have everyone's party going on, but that doesn't need to stress you out. As we've got here in the Chrysocolla, it is completely fine for you also to kind of give yourself a fresh start in June and not have to wait until your birthday to feel renewed. The Chrysocolla gives us this whole vibe of starting fresh, as in you can start a new year every 6 months. I know it sounds strange, but just kind of telling yourself, okay, you did the first half and now the second half, you're going to adjust. You're going to do things differently if you don't love how the first half of this year of your life went. And June is the perfect time for you to set new goals, to make that new goal and vision board and altar, and pray to and manifest something else, something new. You've got to update in between, especially if you've also accomplished some of your goals in the meantime. Now within the bloodstone, get up, get moving. Your guides are reiterating the movement again for you, my gorgeous Pisces. So this is just to show you how important that your angels find it that you move in June. We spoke about taking a walk. We spoke about you doing movement at your own capability, depending on what your body is able to do for you during the month of June. No cop-outs, okay? I don't want any of my fellow able-bodied brothers and sisters who are semi-fit like I am saying, well, you know, you can, okay? Because like I literally have friends that have so many obstacles in their way to move and do fitness and be healthy, and they still get to it, they still do it. So please, no excuses, and I want us to get up, to get moving. I'm a fellow water sign. I am allowed to call you out. I am the crybaby next to you, Pisces, because I'm a Cancerian, and we can both be out there crying together about how we don't want to work out, and then at the same time, when we're done with the workout, we're going to feel like the best, most accomplished people on planet Earth and say, oh, thank God I did it. Thank God I got over myself. Yeah, okay, look at us being the little dramatic ones here of the zodiac sign. So within the rose quartz, the month of June is also about opening your heart. So coming back to a more serious note within your reading and not just dragging us relentlessly as the two water signs of the zodiac that are the crybabies, because we know Scorpio is cutthroat. Scorpio doesn't mess around. Like, I don't want beef with a Scorpio, honestly. And here within the rose quartz, your guides are saying to you, now is the time really in June to just be open to new people, to be open to new connections. And the carnelian shows us that why you're supposed to be open is because doing something creative is actually going to connect you to other creatives. Like for example, I love getting connected with other deck creators. I love connecting with other creators like who do social media too, or who do YouTube. And that is how I see you connecting in June. But you've got to be open to it to create like a long-lasting bond and friendship. But it's worth it because having some friends in the field that you work in or you get a creative outlet in is going to be really great for those times where you also need a little bit of support or you even feel a little lonely. When you have some friends to fall back on, it is the best feeling ever. So my beautiful Pisces baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it, even though I was calling you out. I hope you can appreciate your big sis from the internet. If you can, please do leave a pink sparkly heart emoji below in the comment section. You heard it right, the pink sparkly heart emoji. That way I'll know that you're a Pisces baby, and also that you're a real one who watched the reading to the end, and that you are part of the unicorn family, that you are a loyal, beautiful subscriber here. I would like to thank you for sharing this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to catch up with you during one of my upcoming readings.